And we're back again, episode 4 Cawna League podcast. Welcome again. So, today,
Who do we
where's
have?
my. But I don't really care who we have, in all honesty.
The man.
Your
I'm,
great
s-
Manchester,
husband.
I'm still
Manchester
feeling the 6
United
1.
brothers.
Still feeling the 6 1. It doesn't get better. Every day I fall further and further into depression.
We have Sancho. Oh, wait, sorry, that's a later down.
Shit.
Alright, I am Sunil.
I'm not
Everybody
going to
introduce
start
themselves.
ranting it. So, we have Sunil, we have Audrey, we have Irving, we have Streets. And then what will I say? What will I do today?
I'm gonna talk about
Discussing-
Yeah.
We're going to be discussing the transfers. All the did not, almost nowhere near transfers. But this
Sancho.
time one for the top six. Lol.
And on top of that, we're going to look at how it's going to affect the season of these clubs
Oh, we
or
think it's going
PE
to affect
sides
the
in certain
season.
situations.
Sancho.
So yeah, let's just jump
Only stop
right in.
about Sancho. Only stop
Hey,
about Sancho.
We can ask a question. Yo, Scott, how you feel about not getting Sancho?
So Arsenal.
You know. So
I don't know.
Arsenal have signed. Wanna shut up. Thomas Partey as a deadline day transfer. Gabriel Magalhaes, I don't know if I said that right, isn't me? Willian from Chelsea, don't know if you know him. Pablo Mari and Cedric Suarez, spending a total of, according to
Alright.
transfer market, this is a total of 84 million. I don't know if that's true. I really can't do maths right now, you see me? And departures, Matteo Guendouzi on a 1 million loan deal. Luca Torreira, Mkhitaryan on a free transfer to Roma. Emi Martinez to Aston Villa for about £20 million and Costas Mavropanos to thing there to Stuttgart on loan. So yeah, Arsenal now.
Alright.
Uh,
To add to that, they also managed to extend the contract of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, which I think is the biggest move of their transfer window.
Biggest signing of theirs.
they also extend Ceballos loan, so
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, that as well.
Them terminate Gonasaurus Rex.
That is the biggest
You're the
departure from
man.
Arsenal. He will be truly
oh
missed.
my god. No,
A true
I think also
legend.
decided to pay his wages.
We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Hopefully, Arsenal board will decide to re-sign him.
Yo,
But overall,
it's a
I think
conspiracy.
Arsenal,
Can
despite the
we just
jokes,
appreciate the
wait,
state of Arsenal?
hold on. Despite the disastrous state of their finances, with them having to sack half their staff, and their iconic dinosaur, who was named after an STD,
You're the
we have to
man.
appreciate the fact that they made really good signings. As
And
much as Audrey
Arteta-
doesn't want to hear it, Willian for free is a good signing
Excellent.
for
Depends.
Arsenal.
Excellent. And
Excellent.
the thing is, you know,
Yeah.
Willian is
Wait,
a
hold
star.
on.
Wait.
Gabriel and Pablo are both young defenders who can grow to be excellent for
Pablo, that's
Arsenal.
my youngster, brother.
How old
Remember
are they
William
now?
Saliba as well.
Pablo is like 25, brother.
Yes, and Saliba as well.
Yes.
So he was 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still young enough so that within the next 5 years they can find a solid defensive partnership instead of having David Luiz and Mustafa every week.
It's
You
kind of
have-
like just a situation where you never know what you could have until you have it, isn't it?
And then on top of that, they managed to extend Aubameyang's contract. They managed to get Partey, which is a really good defensive midfielder. I don't know how they managed to pull that one off. Well, we do know, but rest in peace, Gonasaurus.
Release clause.
I think we're
Release
going to get
clause.
flagged for saying that. I think we're going to get flagged. And what else? What was the other sign that they made? Where is it? Bringing back Ceballos
Yeah.
was really good.
Actually, was one of their best midfielders.
I think that in terms of bringing in players, Arteta is looking really good for this season. And on the flip side, for who they sold, I don't think they're going to really miss any of those players. There are
True
no
again.
there are no transfers that really hurt Arsenal, except if Leno gets injured again, because Emi Martinez would be a big miss there, although he's too good to be a backup.
I wish he started for Chelsea, brother. He might be the best keeper in the league.
I,
Eh?
I, I jump on that bandwagon.
All right, yo, let me
He-
talk about Willian. Can I talk
I
about
like
Willian?
Pope.
Yeah, talk
William,
about
William.
Will Dog.
All right, I think
Will Dogs.
Willian at Arsenal is a star-studded winger. Willian looks amazing in that Willian looks like a Brazilian. Willian looks like a Brazilian in that Arsenal team, and I think
And he's
Willian
saying that
is
because he's
far.
good that William has left Chelsea.
Willian plays so well, and I think the thing is the Arsenal players are not on the same wavelength as Willian, because I see Willian making some quick passes and going for the 1-2s, and the players just not reading the balls. I see making some long passes, some crosses, and the players are just not there to get on the end of the ball, because Willian is a much superior player to everyone at Arsenal.
Man, a
And
different wavelength, man. It's
and
the
a
same thing
totally
Mesut
different.
Ozil used to do
The
too.
thing is, they got Willian on a free transfer, and their club record signing is being benched by a 32-year-old. I mean,
Isn't he also 32 years old or older?
Pepe.
What? Pepe?
Oh, Pepe.
Pepe.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. I forgot
We're
that he was
not
at
talking about
They-
Arsenal.
Ozil, dog. Sometimes we
I
forget to
forgot Pepe was
Ozil
still
their
at
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
We don't know why they don't just let go Ozil, but I mean, people at China want Ozil, you know?
No.
We never hear
No.
nobody a bid for Ozil.
No, Ozil did get a bid from China 2 years ago and he rejected it. He wants a bid from Turkey though. Nobody not going to pay him wages, so obviously him not going to move, isn't it? And he said this year him committed to Arsenal and him going to stay. But I think they should play him sometimes. Them do that the creativity through the middle. So and on his day he's still, you see me. Imagine against a side that sit deep, brother. You're gonna want somebody to dictate the play as much as he hates him. Not like him lose the complete talent, him just way more inconsistent with it.
I miss Ozil.
I miss primers, brother.
Imagine
Arsenal
Prime
like Ozil in the
Özil.
prime.
Imagine Prime Özil and Partey in a midfield. Oh,
Oh.
God.
Wow.
Wow.
One thing
Is
I
he?
can say is I enjoy watching William play for Arsenal a lot more than he did playing for Chelsea.
Willian does play well for Arsenal. He does play well for Arsenal.
Okay, all right, sure.
He gets crosses in. He gets good passes in. He plays a good game. Willian played well for Chelsea as well. But I don't know why the Chelsea fans used to hate him. But Willian does play a good game.
Audrey can shine some light on that.
Audrey, relax
I
yourself.
will
Nah,
say
me not,
I will
yo,
say
I'm not
absolutely
editing
nothing.
anything.
I will say absolutely
Okay.
nothing.
Okay. So have we talked enough about that, or we can move to the next one?
All right.
Yeah,
Next is the
Wait. First of
200
all,
plus
where
$1
on feel
million
Arsenal?
spending.
Arsenal.
Where on feel Arsenal going to finish?
They're going to
Or how
peak
you
at
see them
third.
contending?
They're going to peak at
What?
third.
Peak at third.
Yeah, that's the highest that they can finish. Third.
Mm.
I think they're going to play really good
But
football, and they're
what's
going to make. I think they're going to make Champions League.
Yeah, Arsenal
Whether
is
through
playing
Europa,
really well.
whether it's through the Europa League or by finishing in the top four, they're going to make Champions League next season.
Arsenal is playing
the
very well, and I
the
believe
thing
Arsenal has what it takes to make top 4 this season.
Same.
Arsenal is
the
someone to be
thing for me,
content with this season.
yeah, they can contend. The thing for me I'm worried about is if Aubameyang gets a injury, how can they replace that?
Lacazette has been. I would normally choose Lacazette, but Lacazette has been good so far
No,
since
he has been
Arteta came
good,
in.
but because he
Since
have a good
Arteta came
link
in.
up play, he has a good link with Aubameyang. If you really
But
look at it.
Alright, look at
even on
look
his
at it
own,
this
he's
way.
been playing well.
Look at it this way. No team's backup striker is anywhere near as good as their main striker. And Lacazette
No,
is class.
but
Lacazette
I
is
don't think
class.
he's a
Lacazette
backup
is not a
striker.
backup striker. Lacazette is their
He's
main
not a
striker.
backup striker.
He's not a
Lacazette
He's
is
their
backup
main
striker.
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 If you mean to tell me that Lacazette is first choice ahead of Aubameyang in terms of importance for
No,
goals.
Aubameyang
Aubameyang
plays
is
the
away.
without.
he plays
No,
the left wing right now.
I
He's
know
a
he
bit of
plays
an
on the
English
wing.
player now.
I know he plays on
Yeah,
the wing, but with the
I
introduction of
do.
Willian, Lacazette can move to the bench and
Pepe
Aubameyang
and
can play
William
up
don't play
top.
at the same
no,
time.
I don't think so. The reason why for
Pepe
that,
and
as I
William don't
said,
play at the same
Lacazette
time
have
most
a
times.
great interlink play with Aubameyang. Lacazette drops deep to collect the ball so that the wingers them can just do what they need to do out wide or go forward.
Lacazette have
So
a
yeah,
Giroud style of play.
yeah. So Chelsea now, $200 million spent. I don't know why this
Might
is
I
so much
add,
of a
well
problem.
spent. This has been a fantastic transfer window. Not because of who we got in, but because of who we got rid of.
Right. So
Yes,
the arrivals, hold on.
the
The
love departure
arrivals
of Loftus-Cheek
hold
has
on, hold on.
definitely been a highlight.
Me thumpy
Hey,
boy,
relax,
why you
relax.
get sick,
Anyway,
bro?
so Kai Havertz has been brought in for 80 million. Timo
I
Werner
think
for
worth
53
every penny.
million.
I think worth every penny.
Ignore OJ. Ben Chilwell
We
50
should have
million.
we should have paid more for what he's doing. He's
Hakim Ziyech 40 million. And Edward Mendy for 24 million. With the free signing of
Marlon.
Thiago Silva, Malang Sarr, and thing there, Xavier Umbuyamba. Yeah. Departures now. Alvaro Morata, 56 million. Timu Bakayoko on a loan for 2 million, which is Raz. Mario Pasalic for 15 million. Ruben Loftus-Cheek on a loan to Fulham.
Should I
Willian
sell
and a
Pasalic
free
more?
transfer. Yeah, Pasalic has been really good for Atalanta, so I would expect a little bit more for real.
Should I sell him for like 135?
35 pushing it still.
we go to talk about the rest of the loan army or like
Nah, we don't
I
need.
don't think
We
you
know
guys need
it.
to talk about that.
We know
Sideline
it's
for
what it is. You know?
The Lone Army is the Lone Army. It has always been and always will be.
So yeah, I think once Frank gets wingers to get into this squad, you see how much we relied on our wingers last season. We played two natural wingers almost every single match, right? Now that we have to be playing Callum Hudson-Odoi, which oh god, you don't know where you're going to get from Callum Hudson-Odoi
He has
during the
been
match. Now,
alright this
it's,
season. He has been
no, but
alright.
you don't know what you're going to get per match. You see me? It's not even a case of form. It's a case of his mentality on the day. You see me? First of all, and second of all, Timo Werner has to be the other person on the wing, brother. So he doesn't get direct thing there. He's in a new in a league and doesn't get direct service to a goal.
Why
So
are we still talking about Chelsea? We all know that they're going to challenge for the league this year. Let's be
yeah.
real.
And the sad thing with Werner is Werner hasn't played a bad game for Chelsea. He's a man. I'm surprised that he's
As
kept up
soon
with
as
the
ZH and
intensity.
Pulisic start again, Werner is going to start firing.
yeah,
We all know
because
this. We all
Werner
can
needs
see
to be
that.
played through the middle. Werner is not a winger. He needs to be played through the middle. That's why he looks so lost in games because
You have to
he's
Yeah,
trying
remember
to drive
The
and don't have
only
the space
way
to drive.
The only way that this Chelsea team can be disappointing is if Havertz is played at centre mid and not at cam. Because that would be a huge weight of potential, in my opinion.
I think he
I
can play a centre mid, to be very honest.
No,
Havertz.
he
It
can
has
play
been
centre mid. He can play centre mid.
no,
But
it
why
has
would
been
you play him
shown.
at centre mid when he can play 50 times better at cam?
Yeah,
Here's the
that's the
thing.
thing.
Frank
That's the
Lampard
thing.
brought in. I want to say one thing about people always saying about Frank Lampard doesn't know what he wants and Frank Lampard just buy players like a FIFA career mode. Frank Lampard knows what he wants, right? Frank Lampard wants to play the 4-2-3-1 that he played at Derby County. But even at Chelsea, he had to play a whole lot of 4-3-3s and 3-4-3s, right? He brought in these players so that he can play that formation, right? So now that he
I
has
mean,
those players,
I don't think that there was any doubt that these weren't players on the transfer list on the wish list
no, you'd
because
be surprised. You'd be surprised because there are people seeing him
in
play.
my view,
Ah,
these were all positions that Chelsea desperately needed to strengthen,
No,
with the exception
not
of
attacking
Havertz.
midfield.
But Havertz
Yeah,
is a clear improvement on Mount, so I can
it's
understand
not.
that
Hey,
transfer.
may I interject? Can I interject? So I'm
Yeah,
looking at the 4-2-3-1 formation. The one would be Werner, right? Correct?
yeah, the one would be Werner.
All right. So the three would be To the left you have
Hakim Ziyech,
Pulisic. To
Pulisic,
the right you
yeah,
have Ziyech, and then to the middle you have Werner.
Havertz,
Not Werner, Havertz. We know
yeah,
he's getting benched. Um,
yeah,
Behind them we have Jorginho and Conte, or Kovacic and
Kovacic
Conte.
and Kante.
It should have been Declan Rice and Kante or whatever.
It has to
Wow.
be Kante. It has to be Kante and Jorginho this
That's
season.
what
I
Look at
don't
the
Lampard
want
wants.
penalties.
Declan. I don't want
Look
to
at
see
how many
Declan Rice.
penalties are being given this season.
For
If
me,
Lampard
for
was
me,
Lampard
for
would be
me,
mad
it's
not to
going
start
to be
Jorginho.
cover. For me, it's going to be cover. For me, it's going to be cover.
I wish it was Bakayoko, but we move, you see me?
I agree.
Now
I
here is
But
the
mean,
question
anyway,
I want to ask. No one is doubting the caliber of this Chelsea first 11. But what does this mean for the youngsters that came onto the scene last season,
Them
especially
being
they're
Mount
very
and
no,
don't
Abraham?
worry,
fragile
he loves.
squad.
Mount
They're
Mount
Don't
very
worry,
was
he
Hudson
loves
fighting
Odoi.
mine.
for his spot. Mount is earning his spot. We should have
Mount
sold
Mount
Hudson
Mount
Odoi for
Mount
He
50
go
loves
get
mine.
grand
Don't
game.
game
worry.
last
I think
Mount
Mount
and
and
son.
game.
Havertz go play
And
a
Abraham should never see the daylight of a starting
rotational
level.
game.
However,
Go ahead, Audrey. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Abraham last season, what he did, he got us scores, but how he playing, and he doesn't look like someone for the future. However,
No, 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 no.
I will be the first to admit, Abraham this season and last year looks like a complete different person. His mentality that
Completely
he's
different player.
showing is, I love it, and I'm willing to give Abraham a chance this season.
No,
You
my
learn from
question is
Giroud, man.
there's no doubt in the quality of these youngsters. Between Mount, Tomori,
All right, two things,
and
Scott.
Abraham. Wait a man. Between Mount, Tomori, and Abraham. These are three class young players. But do you think Mount is going to be content to sit on the bench? Do you think Abraham is
Mount
going to be
will
content to
never
sit on
sit
the
on the
bench?
bench. Mount will
Mount's not
always
going
find
to.
a way to
How
get into the
how
team.
does he fit
Mount
into
Mount
will
this
get
first
into the
11?
team.
in
How
the
does
Same way
first
Mount
he's
fit?
playing
11.
now, the same
When
way
the
he's
The
First,
team
thing
playing
is
now.
fully fit, no, when the team is fully fit, who
hold on,
does
hold on,
Mount
hold on, hold on.
displace?
No one.
Pulisic, he is hold on.
Because Lampard would never buy a cam for that much money to bench him.
No,
Lampard
but
is
that's
not
not no.
Arteta.
No, but that's the thing. The most versatile player at Chelsea right now in their midfield and attack is Mount. So if
His
one
That's
midfield.
not.
person even get a knock or injury, Mount go instantly jump
It's
in.
not a. It's not a knock or injury. It's based off what we need on the day. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Mount can easily displace Pulisic. Mount can displace Havertz depending on what we need.
And that's the thing.
Depending on
People are
how the
talking.
team. So Havertz, the Mount getting game time will never be a problem this season. Mount is a very very versatile, and even so,
And that's the thing.
Yeah,
even
but
if,
that's
even
this
if
is
Not.
here's
no
the
no no
thing.
no.
Here's the thing. I
Wait,
don't
wait, wait.
you I
Even
don't
so,
think Mount want to be playing like how Andreas Pereira played for Manchester United before he was sold. Where wherever we needed a fix, he's there. I think Mount is a player
that's
that
what he did last
deserves.
No,
season.
that's a
That's
different
what he
case.
did
That's
last
a
season.
different case.
Something you're
That's a different
forgetting,
case.
Scott. People are saying Mount's not going to get named by the high profile sign that we get, but Mount is consistently playing good and earning his spot. So if I buy someone for 80 million and my free youngster is playing a lot better than him, tell me why I shouldn't be playing the youngster.
Havertz now get bench.
All right, look at it
And
from the
tomorrow you're going to get a
perspective
lot
of
of
the
games, and
youngster.
Sammy
The
going to get a lot
youngster
of
is
games.
As
playing.
well as
The
you still
youngster
have to
is
look at
playing.
Chelsea's fixtures. We have Champions League, we have the FA Cup, we have the Premier League. Lampard wants to go
Yeah,
for
you
it
have
at
to look at
all
the
fronts.
fixtures.
We
I
have
thank you.
busy fixtures coming up,
I
so
thank
game
you.
to game will always be a thing.
So squad depth
Also,
is the
one thing,
only way. Squad depth and competition is the only way Mr. Mount get game.
one
And
second, one
you
thing though, I do have to say, Mount, based off the first 11 that we're trying to maintain, that it would be smart for Lampard to keep Mount as a regular fixture and then the others as luxuries. You see me? So in the regular smash and grab Premier League game, Mount should always get these starts, and then when you have to play
Completely agree.
somebody, and then when you have to play something in the UCL or something big like a Liverpool, then that time the Hakim's yet come out. You can always get minutes during the game, like, but Mount should be a starter in the sense that Mount should be somebody that you put in I mean expect to do a general job, and then somebody in can come in if something go wrong or something, isn't it?
But I think Mount plays good off the bench as well. So I mean,
One plays good regardless.
Sometimes.
What do you think
the
Mount,
about the
thing
West Ham game? Mount was
Mount
the
can
guy
get
who
lost. Mount can
inspired
get
the
lost.
comeback. Mount is a guy that will give you energy for the full 90 minutes. Mount's a guy that doesn't get tired. He's going to be tracking back, giving you tackles. While I see Havertz doing it, Havertz is doing it. Werner does do it a lot too. But Mount is a guy, that alright, if we need something, he's going to put his head down, put in the work and get it and get something.
All of these players that we brought in, all of them are energetic players, but I think no one does it as intelligently as Mount does.
I think
Because that's a huge part of
gameplay.
this game.
Alright, so what
I
about
think
Abraham?
Abraham will have no problems. Because try to remember, he has a Kai Havertz when we need a target striker for most of these players to play off. So I can even see Abraham being the one, especially like how Ziyech is left footed. I can see a fully fluid in their front four with Tammy Abraham, Pulisic,
The false
Havertz,
nine.
and Ziyech as a
the,
false
the,
nine
the,
to interact with all three players.
So you
That's
think
what he
Abraham
can.
would displace Bruno?
I think he
the
can.
thing.
I think he can because Werner's
I don't see that.
confidence
I
is
don't
low,
see that.
and
Well, we're
I don't
not
see
we're
that.
we're
I
not
can see.
fast. We're not fast, and he's good in the air. Tommy Tall and Cambok.
No, but
I will say.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that is absolutely so
that,
true. But
I
one thing
will
in
say.
addition to
Try
Werner
remember how
playing
many
out of
different systems
position,
you have. Try remember
Werner's
how
play
many
style
different
is not
systems.
being catered for because Werner is a guy who stands up on the extra defender's shoulder and runs in behind. He is going to get a lot of offsides, but if he gets those chances one on one, he will take them. Chelsea is not a side, or we no longer have a Fabregas or a Lampard. That man's going to be slinging balls behind.
Jorginho.
So that's something we also have to be waiting. We
the
don't have
only
a guy like that. We have to
Jorginho.
be waiting for Werner to come in.
Yeah, but we have
honestly,
creative fullbacks. And we have Jorginho.
honest,
Jorginho can easily.
honestly, my only
Alright.
thing I'm thinking about, the only thing I'm thinking about, I'm not worried about the youngsters. The youngsters will get games, but I'm thinking who is more important to Chelsea right now? Is it Georgie or Kova?
Then I think
Kovacic.
it can be selected
Kovacic,
based on who's better tactically.
Kovacic,
It's a
but
tactical
Jorginho
thing
does
for
bring
who
a lot.
plays.
Tactically,
Alright. Alright,
it's
I
so
mean,
Georgie. Tactically, it's Kovacic. But overall, as it relates to leadership and
It would be a
vocality
bad
and
idea
all those
to
things,
as I
because
said, it
Jorginho
depends
is
on
a
the
very
match.
vocal player.
As I said, it
The
depends on the
thing is,
match.
in the theme
It
of
depends.
everyone getting better, Aspilicueta as a captain, I've seen him do a lot better this
yeah.
time. Even when he's
Yeah.
pulling Abraham away from the penalty, we would have never seen that in the last 2 seasons. Aspilicueta is the guy to stay quiet or shout at the rest, but he's never one
Hey,
to command the players.
for some reason, when you do that, me just could have see John Terry. Like, I just John Terry missing. Me never see Aspilicueta. Me just see John Terry.
Oh,
Like,
and
me
by the way,
see
guys,
Alright.
2024.
guys, before we move on from Chelsea, I do want to say one thing. Since we've gotten the defensive coach, Chelsea defensively are certain mistakes like Christensen and Thiago Silva. We've
Alonso.
been so much better defensively. And Alonso. We've been so much better defensively.
That's
And
the thing.
Alonso.
So
Outside
much
of
better.
individual mistakes, I can't recall seeing a time when I said, "Oh, our defense is shaky." Or like I'm terrified of
We
them.
don't tire out, and the best part is we don't tire out in games when we're doing this centre back. Even when we do play a highline, we don't tire out.
Alright,
Alonso.
Wait
so
with that flag.
That
Liverpool.
left side, that wretched left side, that ratchet left side.
And
Hey,
Ben
say if
Chilwell, dog. Ben
yo
Chilwell. Oh, God.
yo, say if Alonso did ever play in the
My
Crystal
favorite
Palace
game
game,
this
we
season
lose.
defensively was West Brom when we only had one centre back on the field and we were so solid.
Hey,
Make
So
thing there,
solid.
Irving. Irving, what you say?
you see if Alonso did play in the Crystal Palace match, and Eze and Zaha get the chance, and Townsend get the chance to run down that left side because they go target it Ross, who that dead.
Yeah.
And when Chekuyate go in that box, we would have to just hope Kurt Zuma go in that here with him for buck with that the ball there, because they would have wrecked that left side. Them
Facts.
would have tear you up. They would have attack on the right,
Yes.
none at all.
So, what we
Yeah,
think
that's
Chelsea
facts.
do?
That's
Want to
facts.
tackle? Oh God,
Chelsea
nothing
are
but the
going
man
to
could
be
have made me so happy, brother.
How you
Chelsea
think
is going
Chelsea
to be in
will
the
finish?
tight race, but they're not going to win. They're
Okay.
going to be in the tight race, but they're not going to win.
I think we have a very good chance of we look like without the communication problems, we look like a really complete side. So I'd say that Chelsea do have a very good chance for this season.
Yeah,
I think they're
I
going to
think
make the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and
for me,
I actually put
Chelsea.
them to win the FA Cup
For me, Chelsea
or
just
the F.
want a little bit more leaders in the squad.
They do, but
Because
they just can't talk English.
sometimes I'm listening to a Chelsea match, especially after the lockdown. Chelsea are one of the quietest team I ever heard.
Remember, the 3/4 Chelsea team don't speak English, you know.
No, what?
Yeah,
All of us speak English. All of them speak English.
I remember
almost
Except
all of them speak English.
except Thiago
Ex-
Silva and Edouard
except
Mendy.
Jorginho don't speak English.
Virginia speaks really good English.
That's not English.
That's English.
That's not English.
he speaks English.
Hurricane speak English better than Jorginho.
Oh,
Harry
so
Kane has a
yeah,
lisp.
Hurricane couldn't even chat patois.
Harry Kane has a lisp. Gonna leave Harry Kane alone.
Alright, Liverpool.
alright,
Who Liverpool bring in?
our next man said this because me not like Liverpool. Dog.
What check
Sumicas, they
this?
bring in Sumicas, Diego, Yota, Thiago.
Thiago.
Okay,
Is
great.
it me?
All right. So, what's your
Alright, Liverpool
Alright.
has signed Thiago. They signed a left back whose name I can't pronounce, and they signed
Sumicas,
Jota.
Jota?
Yota.
And they failed to sign Timo Werner, which I think is a huge miss for them, as evident when Firmino didn't show up and Mane was injured.
All right. So, let's start off with Thiago. I think what Liverpool lacked in the middle was creativity. They play well and they have a solid defensive midfield. Like the whole midfield is just defensive and flat. And if you beat Liverpool's midfield, you win. You score because
Yeah.
them apart from Van Dijk, that right side.
Sometimes, and every time.
But most times, if you beat that right side, just know you go score. If you beat that midfield, just know you go score. So going
Yeah.
forward, they lack creativity, and I think Jorginho and Thiago are similar players. They play side to side balls, and anytime them feel like they want to play a forward ball, it's a beautiful forward play.
But here's the difference between who is doing that, bro? Anyway, every time the difference between Jorginho and Thiago is Thiago is a much more dynamic player. He will turn and drive. If Thiago realizes that metronoming a pass won't work, he will drive at the team and push it forward and run through and make a chance for his teammates.
Yo, who is Minister Efric? Who is Minister Efric?
Oh, well,
Mute
It kind
Minister
of
Efric.
me. Yeah.
Continue.
No, that's it. Talk.
Yeah. All right. On to the next signing, Diego Jota. I'm not sure what's happening with Firmino, but Firmino just doesn't seem like the type of player that he was 2-3 years ago. So
What
I've
was
been telling.
Firmino 2-3 years ago?
Pardon me.
What was Firmino 2-3 years?
he was
Firmino
a, he was a defensive advanced trickerista forward.
Okay.
No man. Him could have get goals 2-3 years ago. Yes.
Him could have scored him look goal on these things, but no Firmino score if a chance really flush. But Firmino really doesn't score.
Yeah, I want to say
He mainly created.
Hold on.
Diego Jota have more goal for season than Firmino and he play less match.
The thing is, now I think about him as a typical striker, but he's not really that.
He's a
Remember,
creative.
It's a defensive forward.
He creates space to both Mane and Salah.
Mane and Salah is fast.
Streets.
Yeah.
Firmino 54 goals at home last season before scoring one at Chelsea. 54 shots, sorry. 54. Which other striker needs 54 shots to score a goal?
And not only that,
He used to be a better
Firmino
striker than he is right now.
Firmino doesn't score goals. So what happens when Salah and Mane don't turn up? They're basically playing with 2 forwards and no striker.
Exactly, and
That
Salah, the Salah have a tendency for that.
Salah have a tendency to just don't show up on the day.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So
if they
Liverpool
had
can have
Werner,
a ability to do this, man.
if they had Werner, then if in that Villa game when Mane was injured, then they'd have Werner up there too to start in some goals. And with the confidence of that, they may have been able to come back before it got too bad.
But yeah, I think Diogo Jota will be a good signing, man.
No,
Good signing.
Jota is a good signing, but he's nowhere near as good as Werner would have been.
True.
Nowhere near.
Really?
One's Portuguese. So
I mean, to how I look at it, yeah, Werner would be better if you look at both players, but in
Jota
terms
has
of club
more
system,
experience.
How? How does
Jota
Jota
has
fit
more.
squad system?
He has
Where
more
was
Prem
Defense
experience. He has more Prem experience, and that's a huge thing. Cause you see Werner expecting to have a lot more chances than he does in the Bundesliga, and just not getting anything. You see me? And even so, his confidence is low. So confidence in the Premier League is a huge thing.
If Werner was at Liverpool, he would have already gotten his first goal in the Prem.
That's true.
I'm sure of that.
There's no lie there, bro. There's no lie
yeah,
there.
Probably.
The
Oh, there's
reason
no.
why I said that, if you play exact centre forward role, if you play
He might
exact
get a
centre
goal.
forward role,
You play
he
where Mane
might
plays.
not.
The position that he would take is Firmino's position. And Firmino doesn't play a centre forward. Firmino sits back like
That's
a
the
false
thing.
But
nine.
they wouldn't have signed
You mean
Werner to be a
you mean
Firmino
all you need?
replacement. They would have signed him to be a centre forward.
So what? So that means that
No.
Firmino would have come off of the field for him play.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
as me say, Firmino creates space to both Mane and Salah. You see me?
No.
Yeah,
Put
but
it this way.
they have got to create those chances, though.
No, but what they want right now, I think if they were to bring in Fernan, they would have. You remember how Klopp used to play without Firmino and with Phil Coutinho with somebody in behind, right? Firmino could have
Yeah.
definitely been a first striker and Firmino go back to in centre attacking midfield, isn't it? So I think that's what they
Yeah, that makes
wanted
sense.
to.
That makes sense.
That's what they wanted to achieve. But Diogo Jota is not that kind of striker. He can just play him solo up front.
Diego Jota is more of a goal poacher, but is a poacher
Yeah.
from outside the outside the
He's-
12-yard box.
Yeah, he's not somebody to test a two-man centre back system. You get me? He's not somebody.
He now
Him
gonna take
and
care
peel
and
off a
just go
defense.
kick and go keep one target.
Yeah.
All right, so where we're saying
But
Liverpool this
honestly,
season?
Liverpool, I think. By the way, we have not talked about Costas Tsimikas. Like just take 1 minute to talk about him or something. Like
I really
he's
don't
just
know
a
who he
Robert to
is.
back up.
Who
I really don't know who he is.
Costas
talk
I mean,
Tsimikas.
talk about
I
who?
mean, from what I've watched from him in a few YouTube videos, he seems really good. He's a bit more. He's not as tenacious as Robertson. Roberts is far more tenacious than him, but he
But
does have some little
the
creativity.
defender boy with them by.
Yeah.
I watch him in one of the EFL Cup games. Him solid-ish.
Yeah.
Him young if he go up on one loan.
He was brought in as a backup.
Yeah, back up
To
for
Robertson.
Robertson.
If you go
He's
up
not
on
going
one
to
loan.
he's not going to get any games unless Robertson gets injured. So there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, so I
But
want to see him finish. Oh, you see them finish. Oh, you see them finish.
All right,
Top
Pool.
four.
Don't let the 7-2
No,
distracted. That was a fluke. That was a fluke.
I'll say second.
One.
If Alisson wasn't in goal, they would. Even if they lost, they wouldn't have lost 7-2. If it was Alisson in goal.
All
Let's
right,
agree.
Liverpool play one style of ball game. And if you play Liverpool over a consecutive period of time, you're bound to catch them one day. So everybody
No, the thing is, I don't think that's going to be Liverpool's problem this season. Their problem this season is going to be fitness and fatigue. That is going to be their biggest problem. They play Liverpool play high energy football, and they have been doing it for the last 3 seasons, and they barely got a break because of COVID. Because of that,
Look at this. Liverpool has been playing the same way for the past 3 seasons, right? Look at Manchester City. Manchester City did the same thing for 4 seasons, and they were dominating the Premier League. But guess what? People said that is style of play they use. You have teams that can break them down now. Norwich beat them 3-2. Wolves trashed them 2 times last season.
Don't
Because
get me wrong, you know.
Not
Do any
really.
of those seem like the norm though?
Not really.
Those are all
No.
those are all either
no,
flukes or because
because
Laporte was injured.
they're not
Oh,
flukes.
they're not flukes.
People see how Pep played that Manchester City team, and it's just like how what go happen with Jurgen Klopp this
Alright.
season. Jurgen Klopp will lose at least
Let me
10 games this
let
season.
let me explain what's going to happen because all right, you see club system, it has worked from all the way from Dortmund. You, there's a way you can beat it, and a lot of people know, but it's a very hard way to do so. It's very
Yeah.
hard.
No, there's
Very
multiple
hard to
ways.
do.
Let's say there's the Ancelotti way, there's the thing there, there's the what's his name? Roy Hodgson way. Is I mean there's a lot of
Roy
good
Hodgson go beat him for sure.
there's a good money there's a good managers that deal with him
counter-attacking
properly.
team with Eze,
No, but what I'm saying
Batshuayi
is
copying them. Oh God, Crystal
no,
Palace
but
after trash.
what I'm saying is it's a very hard system to deal with because the thing about Liverpool system is if as you make a mistake, you're dead. If a player makes a mistake on their team, Liverpool just go take it and counter right away. He counter from any part of the field.
So
True.
where do we
So
see them finishing?
the thing
Top
about
They
four.
have
it
to
is
finish.
the thing about it is if a certain player was very important to that system gets out, at the time the Liverpool go drop.
As seen with Alisson and Mane.
Yeah.
Is Afghan coming back
Yeah.
this
And
year?
especially since them don't bring that centre back.
Afghan going to be on this year?
Yeah,
No, I don't think
Afghan
so.
start. It
Afghan
start.
start?
Yeah,
Seriously?
qualification start.
Oh dear
Oh
God.
boy. Yeah
So
man.
that if
No,
Liverpool now
no,
winning this year.
Oh dear
then that
God.
explains the Jota. They need a non-African striker. So they have Shaqiri, Jota, in your
Shaqiri is
play
nobody.
midfield, Oxlade,
Shaqiri is nobody, brother.
Alright, so
Origi.
I see
I,
Pool challenging, but I don't think even if they win, it won't be as such as
I see
a
them
dominant
second.
win.
I see them second.
There is going to be a third race this year. No team's going to run away with it. And I don't see them
Alright,
passing the
Man City.
quarterfinals of the Champions League either. Alright, who did City sign?
Haha.
City signed hold on. I'll go for it.
Yeah.
City
Can
signed Ferran Torres, Nathan Ake. I think that's about it.
And Ruben
And they
Diaz.
sent
Ruben
Ruben
Diaz.
Diaz. I go for the official team. Hold on. My fault. Hold on.
In the meantime, these individually are good
Ruben
signings
Diaz,
for City.
Nathan
Oh, okay,
Ake,
okay.
Torres, Pablo Moreno, a centre forward from Juventus, and Jan Couto, a right back from some Brazilian side, I don't remember who, for 10 million and 6 million
Oh,
respectively. Top departures, shut up. Leroy Sane for 45 million, Nicola Otamendi for 15 million, David Silva to Lazio, Real Sociedad, Pedro Porro to Sporting, and Jack Harrison on loan to Leeds.
Alright. So my take on City, individually, these are all great signings for them. And signings which they did need, but not in the position that they needed the most. They
actually,
desperately needed a left back. I think they need a
mm,
left back more than they need a centre back.
no.
That is
I
after they
think they
sent
need a
Ake.
centre back more than a
After
left
they
back.
sent after they sent Ake, I don't think they need a second centre back as much as they needed a new left back.
1 second, I can say some. Yo, why would I keep on saying that? What's his name? Nathan Ake can play left back properly.
Yes.
Yes, but
Yes, he can play
he's
left
not
back.
a natural left. But I don't know if he's a
I
natural
mean,
left back or not. But
even
he
so,
was a.
Pep
I
doesn't
don't think
use
he was brought in to play left back.
yeah, Pep doesn't want natural left backs either. Like a natural wing back. He likes inverted wing backs. You see me?
Yeah,
One big
they
thing about Benjamin, he's not an inverted wing back.
He's
Benjamin
really
Mendy
even a
is
defender.
He can
But I'm not one to
he
talk.
can go into midfield. I don't think he's technical enough to play as a central midfielder in like Pep system. So nah, you see me?
yeah, that's true.
There's no positional fluidity with Benjamin Mendy. You either get a crosser or none. You get me?
yeah.
Nathan
So
Ake Nathan
Benjamin.
Ake can
Mm, Benjamin.
chat.
My glad say no
My
side.
my biggest
Nathan
thing
Ake
about
can
go ahead.
Tanake, he's comfortable on the ball, brother. He can go into the midfield. He I think he's been a defensive midfielder for team there for for not Man City, Bournemouth at the time. So yeah,
Yes, it
he's
was. Yes, it
comfortable.
was.
He has a position of ability about him, brother. So he can definitely be there starting left back if Pep decides, you see me. Only team we need a little bit more pace. I can't talk now.
All right. The thing about City right now is I think they have one of the biggest chance to win the league right now.
What a
Same.
surprise.
The thing though is what I really would love to see um is how great Phil Foden go work with that midfield with Kevin De Bruyne.
I mean that the two number 8 midfield that they have right now.
Yes.
I
So
think
like
I think they're just using that because thing they was injured because Aguero and Jesus are injured, or is that their
no
new formation for this season?
no no City has always played that two number eights. Two tens playing as eights. So they both go up and down the field, kinda help the defense some of the time, but not really. So what happens now? Foden is most likely going to take David Silva's space. But because Ferran Torres it seems like Ferran Torres going most likely trying to get integrated into the side. So Ferran Torres is most likely going to play on the left, while Sterling going to play on the right, and whoever is going to play a forward between Jesus or Aguero. So he was just waiting for that. That's why Foden was playing on the wing. So since Ferran Torres came into the team now, it seems like Foden's going to play David Silva's role throughout the team with De Bruyne and between Fernandinho or Raju behind him.
All right. Any other comments on City?
Nope, City a waste of time.
All right. I think City's going to win the league. What a surprise! They just look
Wow.
like they just look like they
League
just
winner.
look like it. They just look. The thing is, although they had a few shaky performances, I don't see any other team that's really doing much better or will have the sustainability to do much better that they're going to surpass City.
I mean,
I
City have
think
an
there'll
A
be a
and B team.
I think they're going to be at there's going to be a tight race, but I think City is going to pull away.
Me no
Now,
believe in
That
them.
I'm going to kindly ask for a few minutes so that I can get this off my chest, because this is not going to be pretty.
Manchester United.
Manchester United
Yo,
has had a
Scott,
transfer
talk first.
window. Manchester United has had a transfer window which started
shambles.
with links to Jadon Sancho. If Dortmund
Sancho.
wanted £120 million, this
Sancho.
saga has lasted. Shut up, my youth. This saga lasted the entire window. We didn't
2
get him.
windows.
Calm down, brother. Just let me talk. Just let me talk. Afterwards, on deadline day, we were linked with Usman Dembele, and for some reason, we couldn't get that deal over the line as well.
Because Dembele didn't
You
want to
ne-
come.
Wait, no, we know. I'm not finished yet. We have had defensive problems since the start of the new season. We haven't looked to bring in a centre back. Our signings this transfer window have been Donny van de Beek, Alex Telles, Edison Cavani, Facundo, Facundo Pellistri,
Pelestri.
and Adman Traore, who is going to be coming in January. He's not even brought in right now. No. To put it in layman's terms, we signed a permanent bench warmer since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer decided that Pogba is immune to being benched. We signed the Brazilian Luke Shaw, who, as we've seen on the weekend, has as much use as a bag of bricks. We signed a big player, so you can shut up about 6-1 now in Edison Cavani,
One big old man.
who is going to end up being either Falcao incarnate or the next Zlatan.
Or
And there's only one way
Robin
that
Van
we all
Persie.
know. There's only one way this is going to go, and we all know how it's going to end. I think we all know. Then we signed an unknown wonder kid from Uruguay. And typically, when United sign players like this, like Anderson, that doesn't end well, no, does it? And then we
Depends.
signed someone. The only player that I am somewhat excited for is Adman. How name pronounced?
Ahmad. Ahmad Traore. Ahmad Traore.
Adman Traore. He's signing in January, and I hope that he does well for Atalanta. Is it Atalanta or Atlanta? Atalanta.
Atalanta.
I hope he does well, so that he comes to United and realize that he can do so much better. Because this team's transfer policy is absolute garbage. Their priorities were in the wrong place. And then keep in mind that 4 of these deals happened on deadline day. They weren't linked to from before. They happened on deadline day. The only one that has been somewhat confirmed from before was Taze. Cavani links happened the weekend before deadline day. And the last 2 signings literally happened on deadline day. Van de Beek, while albeit a good signing, was nowhere near the top of the priorities for Manchester United. Nowhere near.
Actually,
He
go
was
on, go
at
on.
least the 3rd most important signing that we could have made this transfer window, behind a right winger and a centre back. We sold Chris Smalling. We let go Andres Pereira. We let go. Who else did we let go this summer? Sunil, inform me.
Diogo
Who else
Dalot.
we let go? We let go
Diogo
of
Yeah,
Diogo
Dalot.
yeah,
Dalot.
you're gonna have to give me a little time for that, dog. Hold on.
We let
Andres.
go of Diego Dallo when our only other right back cannot send in a cross for love nor money.
He wanted
What about
Fosu
On
Timmy?
right
What
back.
about Timmy?
Sitting across.
Timothy Fatu Mensah.
Fosumensa left the club.
No,
No,
he's
I'm
here.
asking what about our team?
Can Fosumensa send in a cross?
Yeah,
No, no.
better than one better.
No.
That's
All
what I
right.
thought. This transfer window, along with the form that Manchester United have had, and the current competency that has been shown by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
Do you
has
remember
left
Tai
me.
Chang has gone?
Glazer.
Right.
Yeah.
Alexis Sanchez has left, Chris Smalling has left, and Tai Chang has left. Those are the ones that you
Sanchez
haven't.
leaving was the only good transfer that happened this summer, apart from Van de Beek,
That's,
and I say that
that's debatable.
unapologetically. I say that unapologetically.
Sanchez.
I am
Yeah.
terrified for this season. I am scared. At this point, I'm genuinely worried about relegation. I'm joking, but it's going to be a very long season. We're going to drop out of the Champions League in the group stage, and we're going to be scrambling for 6th place unless Solskjaer gets sacked, or unless there's some miracle happens and we sign literally every good defender from every other English team before the 16th. I've shared
Well,
my
Alright, so
views.
I have a question. I have a question. Since you're done with your monologue now. Solskjaer gets sacked. Who do you see coming in, and when he does come in, how do you see Manchester United's performance with the squad that they have?
Pochettino, the attacking style of play. I thank you.
Yes, I think Pochettino would make an excellent choice.
And
And with
what
the
makes
team,
you think
and with the
Pochettino is
team that
coming
wait,
to
wait, wait,
Manchester
wait, wait,
United?
wait, 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 the team that we have, the
What
team that we
happened
have
last
is
time when
a
you said,
good team.
wait?
Shh, 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 shh. Stop interrupting me, brother. Pochettino would be a good choice, although I don't know how well he would do. I have little faith in anything related to Manchester United at the moment.
Too much star player.
I wouldn't trust them to save a Word document for me.
I think the
So
issue
If we
how
brought,
with
if we,
United, you need to get rid of Pogba.
yeah.
I
But
agree with that too. I agree with that.
he's a huge dressing room person though. You have to miss that too.
You see, because I think the dependency on the star player. All right, I think Tottenham is a whole better team than Man U because they play as a team. They don't depend on the star player. And Pogba is
Yeah.
not a Messi. Pogba is not a Christie. Pogba is not a Marco Rice. Right? So
Agree.
Pogba really isn't anything important to Manchester United. I mean, Ross Barkley go have better numbers than him in a season. Watch. Because Pogba really is, I wouldn't say inconsistent. First, then you give excuse that Pogba wasn't comfortable. Pogba get a free roam now. And Pogba still isn't doing anything.
Yo,
Pogba
I
give it.
want to say one thing. I want to say one thing. And you know what? People always use his goal tally and assist numbers to give to make an actual argument for him. How many of these are penalties? Over 50% of his goals are penalties, and his assist numbers are so thing they inconsistent, brother. So there's no excuse at this point. No, there's no excuse for Pogba to have been performing the way that he does. Continue.
It's been too long. It's been too
It's too
long.
long. He's a
This is
flop.
what this
Simple
is
as
what
that.
third
He's
year at
a
Man
flop.
U. He's a
Can
third
I
year at
He's
have
Man U.
my
fourth.
Pogba is a flop. Pogba is
He's
a
a
can I
flop.
flop,
have
brother.
Pogba
can I
is
have
a
my
flop.
monologue?
Yeah.
Sure, Street. Sure.
All right. What I really want to talk about is I'm going to go a little bit more on the positive sides of things, but my only bad problem is the manager Solskjaer because
Joel Glazer.
he seems like he has some favoritism between players
True. Lingard.
because even though Pogba has been playing badly for so much weeks,
Fred.
even though Pogba has been playing for so badly for so much weeks, he still starts him when he has options.
Fred.
My next, but on the positive side, Cavani, Fernandez, Tellez, and Van de Beek are good positives to have in the squad in terms of
definitely,
in terms of
definitely,
going forward.
definitely. Going
All
forward,
right.
Manchester United are going to be exquisite. I'm sure of that.
All right. Look at this. If Cavani actually performs and Van de Beek gets gameplay, look at this. Bye bye Greenwood. Bye bye Fish. Bye bye you boy. It. Bye bye
Hey,
it.
hey, 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 no homophobic
I would say
slurs.
bye bye. It can go
They don't know if
two.
it's homophobic or not.
It can go two way.
Take
Greenwood
it bench.
learn.
Take it
Greenwood
bench.
go learn. Mr. Cavani now go there for 2 seasons. Greenwood can take time, learn from Cavani, an experienced striker.
Yeah.
How to learn
Personally,
things.
I don't believe in this learning thing. But what I do think will happen is that Greenwood will get sufficient game time regardless, whether up front or on the wing. Because one, Cavani is injury prone. Two,
Mhm.
Cavani won't play
Cavani.
every game because Manu typically plays a fast counter-attacking ball game. So I think Cavani will be used more tactically rather than to start every game. So I don't think there's too much of a worry for
But
Greenwood and
Not
Martial.
remember
not
Manchester
really.
United does not have a centre forward. Apart from Igalo, they
A
don't have a
nine.
centre forward.
A nine. That's what them need.
No.
A nine.
We
They
have
don't have a
we
centre
have
forward.
we
And
have
Cavani is
Martial.
the centre.
Martial is
No,
Martial is
no,
technically
not a
our
no.
number
centre
nine.
forward. Martial is a
Even so,
winger. That's
Edinson,
why
no,
Martial is
no,
always a nine.
Slow
Martial
slow
can play a
down,
nine.
guys.
Martial can play a
Slow
nine,
down.
but Edinson Cavani, even with Edinson Cavani's levels right now, to how he's performed for the last 2 years, even though it's kind of dropped, Edinson Cavani is still a better nine than Martial.
Right now, Tommy
Slow down,
Abrams is a
slow
better
down.
nine than Martial.
Slow down. Because when I get this out twisted in terms of the type of nines when I look for. Martial is not a typical nine, right? He's the
We're not
nine.
talking
He's the
about
type of
that. We're not
nine.
talking.
He's a
No. Even so, Edinson Cavani doesn't hold up the ball either. He's more of a goal getter. You see me?
yes,
We're
that's
talking
the
about
thing.
a nine. We're talking about a nine as a poacher, and even so, Edinson Cavani has more to his game as a nine than Martial
Yeah,
does.
that's where I'm
Well,
going
that
to
is
get.
true. Well, that is true.
If anybody's earning from Edinson Cavani, is Martial.
Correct.
Martial is most at risk of his spot being not most at risk. His spot, I could
Not
get rid of.
really. Not really.
Martial playing
No,
on the left
I don't see
wing.
Edinson Cavani
Martial
breaking
playing on the
in.
left wing. Rashford playing on the right wing, and then
I
Cavani in the
mean,
center.
because Martel is a better left winger than Rashford,
I thank
to
you.
tell you the truth.
I
but
thank
does
you.
Alright, here's the thing. I
But the
don't
thing,
think. Alright, go on, Streets, go on.
but the thing is as the biggest constant is Solskjaer. The man love Rashford.
Joe
The man
Estate.
love Rashford.
That's it.
Rashford has
dog
the
me.
most appearances. Rashford has the most appearances under Solskjaer. Period.
And in my opinion, I
Period.
prefer Rashford on the wings and Martial up front
But the
than
thing
seeing
No,
is,
but
Martial on
the
the
thing
wing.
is, you know,
Rashford
the thing is, you
played.
know, Streets, listen to me. Who you
Yeah,
go
go
play
on.
for Rashford?
What was it?
Who you go play for
On
Rashford?
the left or overall?
Overall, who you go play for Rashford?
As I said, Martial is a better left winger than Rashford.
But both
Why
of
do you
them
say
on the
that?
pitch.
Why do you say that? Why do you say
Both of
that,
them on the
Streets?
pitch.
Wait, hold on. Why
Mart-
do you say that, Streets?
Martial
No,
more
What I'm
Fox,
getting,
versatile than
what I'm getting from
Fox,
this is that you guys,
Rashford. I
if
better
you,
centre forward.
Wait, no man. Streets. Why is the Martial's a better winger than Rashford?
if Fox show in as a left winger, Martial has better goal to games ratio and everything more than Rashford at
And
left
style
wing.
of play. The style of play with Martial
And the
have,
style of play.
even if I play forward, he might drift left.
Big man, but
No,
here's the thing. Rashford, I personally think Rashford's attitude in the games is much better than Martial. And for that reason alone, I would play Rashford over Martial. Cause Rashford, I could
Alright.
get your goals too. No, here no. Rashford, I could get your goals too. But Martial more likely to switch off and just drift around the pitch than
no,
Rashford.
no, that's the thing right there. So now, hi, you understand that Martial is a
we
confidence
can't get
player.
too far. We can't get too far. We have to talk about Spurs too.
Oi, look how long
Yeah,
it take catch out about Chelsea. One bad.
This is longer. What? All right, continue.
This is
no,
the
what
last
I'm
bit. Where's the Streets?
no, what I was saying is that even though Martial is a confidence player, Rashford missed too much chance, even empty goals. You see me? But Rashford has good creative ability. That's why I would like him at the right. He has good
And
creative
then,
ability.
alright, look at this. You remember the shot that hit the post in this first game?
Yes,
Which side didn't kick from?
right.
Okay.
That's why I say have good creative ability. Rashford has a good mentality if he go out on the
Alright.
wing and come inside.
Playing
So if
Rashford on the right, I think is a good idea. But Rashford has
yeah,
to play for United. He has to play.
Yeah, there's no other option. So no
but
competition, no fear.
my biggest constant is Paul Pogba and Harry Maguire.
And I
God.
think let me talk a bit about Van de Beek. Yes, it's just like how Willian is on a far different wavelength than Arsenal players. Van de Beek
Van
is
de Beek is
better.
far ahead of United.
Is better
Yeah.
than Manchester United. I
No.
thank you.
Let me
I would agree.
let me clarify that. Van de Beek is far ahead of United's centre midfielders. I think Van de Beek,
Overall,
Bruno.
I
I
thank
think
you.
Van de Beek and Bruno are
On
definitely
the
on the
same
same
wavelength.
wavelength.
Bruno's way ahead of them. Bruno's way ahead of Manchester United. I thank you.
By
Honestly,
far.
by
But
far.
what I think Solskjaer should exactly do, but this is my theory, but I don't think Solskjaer would do that. Luke Shaw's best ever Manchester United game, you know where he play?
Left mid.
Nope.
Where?
Don't say centre back. Don't say centre
Left
back.
centre back. Left centre
Jesus
back.
Really?
Christ. You want us to get relegated.
Relax.
No,
You
no,
really
Luke
do.
Shaw. Luke
no.
Shaw plays well when he attacks. You know. Luke Shaw.
Just
He play.
Luke Shaw is like Alonso. He attacks well, but he can't defend.
And for that
Not
reason, he
really.
shouldn't see the light of day. Moving on to
No, not
Spurs.
really. Not really.
Moving on to Spurs.
All right.
Wait, how you want to see Manchester United finishing?
Top 6.
10th.
Top
Top 6.
6.
10th.
Before
If we're lucky.
he's at the wheel,
Top
then I don't think
top
they'll be
6.
top
Not
10.
top 6.
He's
Top
at the wheel. Because the club players will start fight against one another and away. And
And
the
Lindelof,
fans, Robinson fans are going to
There
be.
is,
And if they do sack Ali and get someone with sense and not, like a fast player again or something like that, maybe they'll finish
Bruno and Maguire
top
kind
six.
of have things out already. Because say Bruno did tell Maguire no, you're not supposed to wear the shirt.
but
Yeah, mad.
I agree with Bruno.
Have brought in Spurs have brought in Gioza Silva full for 32 million. Sergio Regular for 30 million. Gareth Bale on alone, the price is not stated. Pierre-Emile
Did
Højbjerg for
Spurs buy
60.
back Regulan from Madrid when Aspi sold him back?
Yo, that is a top 5 moments of the year, brother. Anyway, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg for 60 million and Carlos Vinicius on loan from Benfica for 3 million. I have let go Ryan Sessegnon on loan to Hoffenheim and Vertonghen to Benfica on free. One for it to Villarreal on loan. Kyle Walker Peters to Southampton for 13 million, which is highway robbery. And Olivier Skip on loan to Norwich City. So Spurs, I think Spurs is a um very how do I say it? I wouldn't say complete, but they're a squad. They're a squad. They're a easily meshed squad right now in the Prem.
Spurs is a complete team and they're playing well, and I see them in top 3 if they continue like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
This is Jose Mourinho's second
This
season.
is Jose. Yeah, it's a Jose Mourinho thing.
I really hate to say this, especially because of the trauma that they've inflicted onto me. But I think Spurs are actually going to win a major trophy this season.
It's Jose's.
Hold on your
That
Buckaroo.
felt weird to say. That felt weird to say.
But everything depends on Harry's availability.
How so?
Because it's the same thing happens. No, it's the same thing happens last year. Like Jose Mourinho was winning a number of games when he just come in, and then Harry Kane just injure, and then he goes, then just fall off.
Yeah, but no.
You notice that
There's a difference this time.
No?
There's a difference this time. Now they have 2 sources of goals instead of just one as a backup.
It's not about goals, it's about having a 9. It's not about
Having
goals,
a
it's about
9.
yeah.
Jose loves
a striker.
You notice the amount of gameplay. You notice the amount of gameplay Eric Lamela is getting right now.
Yeah.
And Eric Lamela is scoring goals and creating chances. But do you think Eric Lamela retire from football? And
imagine when Bale plays.
Imagine
when Bale plays.
Jose has brought, and you know what I like about all of this? Jose has brought in Jose players, brother. Every player that's well, apart from Regulon, I can say even so, you can say he's like into Marcel in a way. But every player that Jose, Marcel.
Højbjerg is a typical Jose signing.
Jose central midfielder.
Signing Tottenham made this season. Højbjerg was great.
As much as we hate Højbjerg, brother, Højbjerg is a perfect Jose signing. If you remember the thing there, the all or nothing, brother, Jose always said him want, I can't say the word, but Jose said that he want those kind of players, dirty players, brother. Player who willing to do anything to win. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg is that, brother.
He wants to see, and the name end with T, people.
Yeah. I'm just going to say it.
Just listen to me. You see, if Jose Mourinho continues like this, Tottenham should have at least 2 trophies in them dusty cabinet this season. The Europa League, and probably one of the EFL or the FA Cup. Tottenham.
They can win the Carabao Cup.
They can win the Carabao Cup. They can win it. Tottenham is doing well. Them beat them.
Because they don't have a weakness.
And Tottenham, they do have a weakness. Squad depth.
They have a weakness. Centre backs. Actually.
Yeah, centre.
And the goalkeepers.
Centre back squad depth. Because Davinson Sanchez, Jacket Tanganga, and when they were to be on the barrel.
Remember, Aurier is still a Tottenham player, so we have to remember say
Yeah, but he's a
He
good
plays
backup
good.
still.
Yeah, he's a good backup.
He's
Yeah.
a good
But
backup.
on their day, Tanganga, Davinson Sanchez, and Toby Toby Alderweireld on their day, they're brilliant
no
centre
man.
back.
And
And don't
Averell
forget, don't
and
forget that
Averell.
all their goalkeepers are way past their prime. They are nowhere near where they used to be. Between Joe
No,
Hart
but
and
Hugo
No,
Lloris,
no, no.
Hugo Lloris
Lloris will
Hugo
always
is
Lloris
step
really good.
and
in. He always step in. Always
Gaza
solid.
nigga going with himself too. So I mean,
Yeah.
and Hugo Lloris, I mean, he win World Cup and him a going with himself too. Yeah, Joe Hart. I think Joe Hart is just like for them EFL Cup games there when Gaza nigga
Yeah.
tired and
My favorite
Lloris want
signing of
play.
Spurs though is Lo
Regular.
Celso, honestly.
Lo Celso last season, the Arsenal player, the
No,
Argentine
that's yeah, the Argentine player.
Messi.
Like he can really do some creativity in that midfield, really. I don't understand why PSG let him go still, but
Celso is insanely creative. Insanely creative. And a
I
goal threat
don't
too, brother. They have a goal
so
threat
although
midfielder. They have a potential defensive midfielder in Eric Dyer and Thing their pair Remy Højbjerg. About progressive player in Thing their tank in Ndombele if Jose can get
yeah.
the most of time.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hope
right
he
winger
kicks
in
on. I
Bill.
really hope it kicks on. I really hope so.
Yeah, right winger in Bill. World class left winger in Son. World class striker. World class centre back Toby Alderweireld who just slowed down a little bit. Robinson
That's
Sanchez.
that
Very
guy's the
That
general brother, Belgian player
that's
general brother.
excited
Like
so
I add, the problem
alright.
with Spurs, and the same thing with last year, is someone mentioned earlier goals. Spurs only have two prolific goal scorers in Son and Hurricane. Hurricane
They
how
have
has
they
a
Bale.
glass
they
ankle.
especially Kane.
They have
Hurricane
Bale.
has
Especially
a
Kane.
glass ankle, and for some reason, Son's been unfortunate with either red cards or broken bones or something. So take one or two out of them out of the equation. Yes, you have Lamela, yes, you have Bergwijn, yes, you have everyone else, Lucas, but they're not prolific goal scorers to the level
You're
that
forgetting
Spurs
Bale.
need.
I mean,
Bergwijn fall off since coming
You are
Tottenham. When
forgetting Bale.
when him just come and him a bossy Gaza sign after
yeah,
his
but Bale is
contract with
still
the
one
City.
of those. Bale is a goal threat, yes, but Bale is still one of those persons that easily injured. So it's still a problem.
but from what
Fair
we've
enough.
seen so far, they've
Yeah,
had players that are very, very comfortable. Even if they're not
yeah,
getting the goal, they're very, very comfortable in the role. So goal getting shouldn't be a particular thing, especially now with Jose. Thing there. Whereas there'll be a manager that if there's a player that not going to score or that don't look like scoring, them might just not score. Jose is the type of player that say, "Yo, get me that goal," and the man get you that goal, isn't it? And they do
yeah.
have
That's
Dele Alli.
Alright, so
did
closing
he
out.
fall out with Jose?
Ali, I forget for his entire squad. Might get it Jose trade
Eventually,
shot, 100%. So
he might
closing
just
out,
yeah.
more here. All I know, say all I know rank top six based off of transfer windows.
Based
Boy,
off a
transfer
transfer
window.
window. Based,
Say how you would have fit them in the in top in six order.
Yeah, rank them.
Yeah. Sixth, I say sixth. Thing there, I would say Manchester United. Fifth,
United,
That's a given.
fifth. I'm actually going to go for Liverpool. Fifth,
Liverpool,
Liverpool.
Sam,
Yeah,
Fourth,
Liverpool's fifth. I put City third,
fourth,
City fourth.
City.
now
Third.
Arsenal fourth.
I don't even want to go to City fourth. Arsenal fourth. City third. Chelsea second. Wait,
Now
who am I
Spurs
putting in
second,
first?
Chelsea
Who am I
first.
putting in? Hold on. Hold on.
Chelsea's obviously first.
Spurs.
So
What are you
from
Spurs.
talking about?
worst to best, it's United,
Chelsea
Liverpool,
first.
Arsenal, City, Spurs, Chelsea.
I agree, except I had swapped City and Arsenal.
Oh, by the way, people at home, I'm putting Spurs in fourth. I mean, I know where Spurs are go first, dog. Yeah, early.
All right. So six, I have Manchester United. Fifth, Arsenal for sure. Fourth is really tricky because I'm seeing Manchester City or I'm seeing Tottenham Hotspurs here. For third place, obviously, bye you miss a side. So it's either third and fourth is between Tottenham and Manchester City, and then first and second, I believe that Liverpool will take this season again, but they won't take it that by a huge margin this time. I think Chelsea be behind by about 5 or 6 points. So
You really said transfer them were ranked, right? Not the firm predictions.
yeah, by the transfers.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Street.
Same thing.
All right. For sixth, Manchester United. Fifth, Arsenal. Fourth, I would have to go with. Wait, who am I missing? Yeah, fourth is
A centre
Liverpool.
back.
Fourth is Liverpool.
All right, we
Fourth is Liverpool. Third is
Kane.
Spurs. Third is Spurs. Second, I would give it to City, and first is Chelsea by transfers.
All right, so that's it for today's podcast. Thanks for listening. Drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all next week.